We'll revise a little. Last time we took the Pandav warriors. We'll just go through them very fast. We saw that Duryodhan went to his guru, Dronacharya, and he tells describes to Dronacharya the warriors on two sides of the army. And initially he talks about the Kaurav warriors, and then he's talking about the Pandav. First he talks about the Pandav warriors, and then he's talking about the Kaurav warriors. And the first warrior he talks about on the Pandav side, because the the sequence is very important. So first he talks about Yuyudhan. Yuyudhan is Satyaki, and that is our aim in life. Now what is our aim in life? Many times it happens that if our aim is consciousness, then we have to sacrifice something for that consciousness. But if we are going to make profit somewhere, and at the cost of consciousness, then we don't value consciousness. Then our aim in life is profit. So there's nothing wrong in earning money, in having a good life, in fulfilling all the obligations of life. But are we really sure that our aim in life is to rise up the ladder of consciousness? And if that is so, then we value that consciousness more than we value anything else. And many times there could be loss as far as money is concerned, but there's profit as far as consciousness is concerned. So within the heart, and we've seen that the heart, the energy of emotions is Arjun. Arjun means Ruju, soft. The energy of emotions is Arjun. And Arjun's Sishya is Satyaki. He has learned all the arts of warfare from Arjun. So within the heart, we have a small part of our heart which always remembers the aim. It never forgets the aim. Why am I here? I am here. Okay, I have to earn money. I have children. I have obligations in life. There are so many other things in life. But why am I here? My only aim to be here is to rise up the ladder of consciousness. At the point of death, there must be continuity from this state to that state. If there is continuity from this state to that state, then I have achieved that state of consciousness which will take me further. If there is no continuity, then again I will have to repeat everything I have done. So everything is a waste then. Right? So Yuyudhan is Satyaki, Arjun's disciple. So within all our hearts we have to see is that what do we value in life the most. And if we value our sadhana, then that is more valuable than anything else. Second thing, because it is emotional energy, it always will have the quality of love. So everything we do for our sadhana, for our consciousness, there will always be a quality of love about it. And where there is love, there is never any excuse. I don't have the time, I don't have this, I don't have that. Because there is love. And love always finds the time to meet the lover. Right? So, we have to see whether that is really our aim in life. So, Yuyudhan means the one. Dhan means attention. And Yuyud means one who fights for the highest attention. Then he says Virat. So any situation in life, Virat means to expand, Samadhi, to pause, to stop, to relax. So any situation in life, wherever we are, first we remember our aim, that this is the situation in front of me. My aim is sadhana. My aim is to extract consciousness, not to make the ego powerful, not to extract profit. The first aim is to extract consciousness. So in any situation, my ego may be hurt. But if the ego is hurt, then it's a situation where I can extract consciousness. But if the ego, gets satisfied, and if the ego expands, then the consciousness will go down. Right? So it's exactly the opposite of what situations in life I'm looking for. Right? So the second thing is virat, pause. When anything happens in life, pause, relax everything. Why am I here? I'm here to increase my consciousness. He has insulted me. He has done this with me. He has not come on time. Okay, I have felt bad, but I have felt bad because that very feeling of bad gives me a sensitivity of the ego. Now be free of that ego. Rise in consciousness. So second was virat. Yuyudha, viratascha, drupadascha. Drupad means the one who walks fast. Dhru means fast, pad means feet. The one who walks fast. Now, we have to walk fast. One lifetime is very short for what we want to achieve, our aim. For that, to be conscious on that point of death, this one lifetime is very short. It needs a lot of hard work to be conscious at that point. So we must be walking with fast feet. And we went into Drupad last time, how he was insulted by Drona, how he insulted Dronacharya and all that what happened. And he did the yagna, and out of the yagna, 3 children were born. Right? So, Drupad means fast feet. Drushtaketu. Drushtaketu means the one who is shining. Right? Drushtaketu means the one who is shining. And we saw that he is Shishupal's son. The one who had the king of Chedi. And Drishtaketu means the one who stops. Yam. The one who stops. Now, somebody has insulted me. I suddenly realize my aim. That okay, my aim is consciousness, so I definitely don't want to react on this person. Now there is a reaction inside, so to work with that reaction, virat, I relax. Now I start moving fast inside, but still something is pulling me outside. At least this time, આ છેલ્લી વાર એને કહી દે ને બીજી વખત નહીં કહી દે. આ વખત તો એને કહી જ દેવો જોઈએ. At least this time, એને સરખો કરવાની જરૂર છે. So something is pulling me outside. There I have to stop. Yam. Patanjali calls this as yam. Stop. I have to stop. Drushtaketu is stop. But Drushtaketu can only become the king if Shishupal dies. And Shishupal means childishness. Sishu means a child, and we have been holding on to childishness from our young days to the old days. It doesn't matter how young we are or how old we are. The young child will not give his toy to anyone. The big politician won't allow his seat to be given to anyone. It's the same thing. Shishupal doesn't die. And if you see most people on the point of death, when they are moving towards death in their last years, that Shishupal comes out, they become a young child again. So the same child which is born, the same child dies. Nothing has happened. They have built factories, they have built bank balances, they have done so much, but nothing has happened. Nothing. The same child who is born dies. Drushtaketu, Shishupal's son. Yam. Now stop that. The attention wants to go out. The energies want to go out. Stop them. We want to move them inside. Drushtaketu. Chekitana. Remember what the Guru said. Chekitana. Remember, like we said, for sadhana we need a new memory. We have to make a completely new memory for sadhana. The old memory will not work. And this memory must be made every night when we go to sleep. So we keep on adding to that memory. Today, where did I lose consciousness? Which places did I lose consciousness? Patanjali talks about a state of pratiprasav. Prasav means to go forward. Pratiprasav means to go backward. The child comes out of the mother's womb, prasav. The child goes back into the mother's womb, pratiprasav. So Patanjali talks about Pratiprasav. What does he mean? He says, now you have awakened. The light of consciousness has entered in our lives. But so many lives we have lived without consciousness, in darkness. Now take this light back. Fill up all those empty spaces which were in darkness. Let light go into them. So in the daytime I reacted with him. I didn't realize at that time. But at night I'm going to sleep and I suddenly realized, I lost my consciousness here. I forgot my aim over here. I reacted with him. That incident happened in darkness. Now take light and put it back inside. Now the minute I put it back inside, I create a new memory called Chekitana, and that will Chetvo. It will tell me at the right time. Tomorrow I'll go to get angry on him, and suddenly, because I've remembered that at night, that new memory has been created. At that point it'll say, okay, don't get angry, remember your aim. I won't forget. It may happen I'll forget a few times, but after a certain time, when I keep on making this new memory, I'll remember at the right time. So remember at the right time what the Guru said. Like we said, Karna forgot at the right time what the Guru said. He forgot the Guru's mantras. He could have easily killed Arjun. Throughout the battle, Krishna was very frightened of Karna. But at the right moment, he forgot the Guru's mantras. So he had not created a special memory for those mantras. Right? Kashi Rajascha. Kashi Raj, the one who shines. Raj means consciousness, Kashi means to shine. Right? Now the minute the energies, we stop from going outside and they start moving inside, a different glow comes in the body, a different understanding. The light now is moving inside, because the attention till now was moving outside. Now the attention is moving inside, and the inner kingdom which was in darkness, suddenly light happens there. And when light happens there, the first thing that comes is Vivek. The second thing which will come later on is Prajna. These two things, when the energy moves in and light comes in. And we said that these three, Drudshraketu, Chekitan and Kashiraj, were Viryavan. They had transformed sex energy and achieved this state. The basic energy of life is sex energy, and God has put a sanskar in that sex energy that naturally it must flow out. And to do sadhana, we have to reverse that flow. The backward, Taoists call it the backward flowing method. So that sanskar has to be changed, and every time the old sanskar comes back and it flows out, and I'm attracted to something outside, I have a desire of something outside, right? But these three warriors, they have changed that. So from Shukra, Virya, Ojas, the three stages of sex energy we talked about last time, from the Shukra they have extracted the Virya and crystallized something out of it, right? Purujit, holding the energies inside. Kunti's brother, Purujit. Kunti means the power of bringing something from some other dimension into this dimension. That is how she had her children. Her brother, Purujit, holding the energies inside. Kunti Bhoj. Kunti Bhoj is what Patanjali calls as Pratyahar. Now, all the five senses, the energy was going out. It is not going out any longer. They have turned inwards, and each and every sense has a separate sense. It is dual. One eye sees out, but there is something which sees in. When I'm watching a dream, the eyes are seeing, but the eyes are closed, right? But in the daytime, I don't have use of those eyes. I can't consciously use the same eyes I use in a dream. So each sense has a separate part which can look in. And when we have detached that from the outward going sense, then Patanjali says, now you can feel inside, you can see inside, you can hear inside, you can sense inside. This state he calls as Pratyaha, Pratiaha. The food which was going out is now going in. Pratyaha. Kunti Bhoj. Shaivyascha. Shaivya means Shiva, splendor, glory. So when this state happens inside, then everything in life is a great joy. Because when the attention goes inside, the very sensitivity of the energy is moving inside, the feeling of those energies moving inside brings great joy in life. Then there is no sorrow in life. Everything is Shiva Tattva. It's beauty everywhere. Shiva means beauty. Narapungava, these are the highest among men. Those who have done this, they are the highest among human beings. Then he talks about Yuddhamanyu and Uttam Oj. These are the two warriors who are guarding Yudhishthir. Uttam Oj, the one from Shukra, Virya, Ojas, the one who has taken the sex energy to the highest point. Oj means he has extracted the glow out of the sex energy. Saubhadro. Saubhadro means Subhadra's son, Abhimanyu. And we said Abhimanyu learned all his lessons in his mother's womb. When we move into conscious sleep at night, into the dream world, time and space contract. One lifetime is very short to learn so many things. If we can move into that space and learn, then every night we can learn what we don't learn in one lifetime. So every night becomes one lifetime. So that the one who can learn in compressed space and time is Abhimanyu. And Draupadeyascha, the 5 children of Draupadi. Right? And we saw that as the sex energy is Draupadi, and sex energy has 2, ends. One end is in the hand of Dushasan, that is excitement. Our sex energy is always in the hand of Dushasan. We are excited by so many things, it keeps on flowing outside. But the other end of sex energy is in the hand of Krishna. And if we can turn it, then it moves up. And when it moves up through the 5 tattvas, the 5 Pandavas. First is Prithvi Tattva, we saw Sahadev. Second was Jal Tattva, that is Nakula. The third was Agni Tattva, Arjun. Fourth was Vayu Tattva, Bhim. And fifth was Akash Tattva, Yudhishthir. As all these tattvas were there, but they were not mature enough till they were married with the sex energy. And when the sex energy moves into these 5 tattvas, they change their quality. Maturity comes in, and something else happens. So as the energy rises up the backbone, it pierces the 5 lower chakras. These are the 5 Pandavas, and their marriage with them each gives a child, and the 5 children of Draupadi. We took them last time, I won't explain them this time. So these were the warriors on the side of the Pandavas. We took the warriors on the side of the Kauravas in the first talk. Now, then we saw that Duryodhan said that army is very small, but still it is enough. My army is very big, but it may not be enough. So truth does not need a lot of people. Second thing, truth always has one aim. Everybody is one pointed. Here the people who have come to help Duryodhan all have different aims. Bhishma will fight, but he will not kill the Pandavas. Dronacharya loves Arjun more than anybody else. So they are great warriors on his side, but there are small faults in each of them. Right? They are not willing to really go all the way for the battle. So he has got a crowd. This side there is an army, and there's a difference between a crowd and an army. And many people have come just to please Duryodhana. In the 12-13 years the Pandavas were in the forest, he has given favors to many kings, and all of them have come to return that favor to him. They are not interested in any war. So he says that their army is very small but enough. My army is big but not enough. And we saw that the pun was on the word paryapta. Then he says, Ayan eshu sacha sarveshu yatha bhagam avastitaha tasya bhishma evabhi rakshantu vakshantu bhavanta sarva eva. He says, all of you look after Bhishma. All of you be in your place, but all of you look after. Why is he frightened of Bhishma? Bhishma he cannot die. But still in his heart he knows that there is something on that side which can kill Bhishma. He knows. Right? So now this is the first time in our lives, this is the state of pratyahar. And the Pandavas, when they have come to this state of pratyahar, they have worked 12 years in the jungle for this. We have not worked 12 hard years to reach. When we are reading the Gita, we have not worked those 12 years. We are reading it from the intellectual center. Whilst here they have worked 12 years on themselves, each one of them. And 13 years they have dissolved that ego, Agnat, dissolved that ego which did the work. To do sadhana, we make a new ego and then we dissolve that ego also. Right? So, now they are ready on the battlefield. And this is the state of pratyahar. The senses have turned inwards. The 5 Pandavas, the 5 senses have turned inwards. And when they turn inwards, they see those 100 inclinations inside of us, which every moment in us want to pull the energy out, which want to pull the prana out, which want to pull the attention out. And now they have to be killed. And this is an inner war which everyone has to fight on the path. The Guru can't fight it for anyone. But the Guru can be our charioteer and tell us how to fight the battle. And it is the inner Guru. And this only happens in this state when the inner Guru has awakened in the disciple. Now the disciple is Arjun, the inner Guru is Krishna, and now he is leading him on how to fight this battle. So he says that you please look after Bhishma. Bhishma is our chief weakness. All of us deep down have a chief weakness. That is like, there are many political parties within us, but one of them is the king maker, not the king. He makes somebody else the prime minister. So we think this is my weakness, we think this is my weakness. Many people will talk about this, but nobody can see their real weakness because it is deep down within us. It is like there is a wheel, the wheel has spokes, and in the middle there is a small hub, the rim of the wheel. That is the chief weakness, and that is Bhishma. The second thing is the chief weakness which is within all of us is it always comes out looking nice. It always comes out looking nice. So we always feel that Bhishma is a very good character. We don't see that he is the root cause of this whole war. This whole inner war, the root cause. Where did it start? My pratigya. And we think he's such a good character. His whole life, he didn't. He spoke the truth. Only he didn't do anything to take him away from his pratigya. And that is our chief weakness lying within us. It always comes with a beautiful face, and we can never see it. We can see jealousy, we can see anger, we can see irritation, right? But we can't see what comes with a beautiful face. And that is the root cause of everything. And that has to be seen within us. So, because the Pandavas have worked 12 years, Arjuna has worked 12 years, he has gone and got Divya Astras and this and that and all that. So he is ready now to face his own chief weakness. And when we see it, oh, I thought this fellow was my greatest friend. I always looked after this person. And that is when we feel Vishad comes in our life. We don't want to do sadhana. If I have to do sadhana and kill this guy, I don't want to do sadhana. This is what happened to. So he's saying, please look after Bhishma. Then the sounds start. The sounds start. And the first sound is Tasya Sanjanayana harsha kuru vruddha pitamaha. Kuru vruddha pitamaha. Kuru means karta bhav. Kuru means karta bhav. That karta bhav in us, which is the cause of everything, from the being to becoming the becoming, that karta bhav within us, the chief weakness, Bhishma, it can only be killed at one time if we feel tired. If we feel tired. We must, at one point, there must be some, we must feel tired. Kya sudhiya? Kya sudhi? Andar a prashna. For how long? Kya sudhi hua karya karis? Kuru vruddha pitama. That karta bhav is now feeling old inside. How long will I continue doing this? I did this, I had children, I had this, I had grandchildren, I earned money, I helped people, I built school, I did this, I did that, and I did so much of good, but for how long? For how long? So he's saying, Kuru vruddha pitamaha. Sanjanayana harsham kuru vruddha. Sihanada vinoda uchye shankam dadmo pratapvan. Bhishma now starts the battle. He takes his shell and he blows the shell, and the lion's roar comes out of the shell. The lion is the king of the jungle. The jungle is this area in us. This is the area, jungle within us. And when his shell came, this whole area, it vibrates with all the animals are there behind that lion. All our animal instincts. Now the final battle has to be won. And all the old animal instincts lying within us. And this, all of them have accumulated over a process of millions of years of evolution. The anger in me is not my anger. It was there before man came on the earth. It was in a lion, it was in this, it was in that. The jealousy in me is not my jealousy. It was there much before I came on this earth. It was in a fox, it was in... You see, all these animals, they are all what you call experiments in different emotions. And all of them are lying here. And in that Sinhanada, when he's blowing his conch, all those are coming together and say, we will not die. We will not die. We will not allow this energy to move from the animal to the human to the divine. We'll hold it back in the air. And this is the problem with every seeker. The energy rises a little, but some animal instinct pulls it back. Again, the energy rises a little, again some energy pulls it back. And this area has to be cleaned. And so this shell is blown from that area, this shank, and the sound of the lion comes out. Tata shankascha bhairyascha panvanaka gaumukha. These are different types of drums and conches and all that. All of them mean something. I won't go into. I don't even remember just now what they all. Each one means something very deep. Then comes the. So he's saying the minute Bhishma said, the whole Kaurava army blew their own different shells, and there are 4 different kinds, and each one means a different thing. We went into it that Ichha, Kamna, Vasna, Trushna. 4 levels of Ichha in our subconscious mind, and each one makes a different sound. Each one moves with the animal world and makes a different sound. And then the Pandav Shanks start, and the first one is Panchajanya Rushikesha. Rushikesha, Panchajanya. It's very Rushikesha. The one who has destroyed the kleshas. The one, Kesha means hair, but that is a very ordinary meaning of the word. Kesha means klesh, the 5 kleshas. And there are 5 kleshas: avidya, asmita, rag, dvesh, abhinivesh. And like we saw last time, these are the master files within us, from which all the sanskars are built. All the sanskars are built out of these 5 master files. So these 5 master files lie in the office tijori, safe, and all the sanskars lie in the go down. Right? And if you want to get rid of all the sanskars, you must destroy these 5 master files. So the one who has destroyed the 5 master files is Rishikesha, the king of the senses. The king of the senses. Panchajanya. There was this Rakshas, Pancham, means the 5 senses. He was made of the 5 senses. And this Rakshas is every moment within us. Every moment. Here I'm thinking that tomorrow morning I'll wake up, or tonight I'll practice Omkar for 1 hour. And then suddenly I see, oh, it's a beautiful meal. If I eat that meal, I can't practice Omkar definitely before going to bed. It's not possible. 2 things can't, right? So the Panchajanya Rakshas comes out and I eat. And I say, tomorrow I'll do Omkar, right? And this goes on. And that Rakshas has to be killed. And he has killed this Rakshas. Krishna has killed this Rakshas. And from that killing of that, his shell has been made. So his shell is of the 5 senses, and each sense is of a particular tattva. So here we have a shell which gives the sound of all the 5 tattvas. All the 5 tattvas. It's really something. He has reached the highest point which is possible for any man to reach. That consciousness is highest point. And at that time, if the person who has reached that point, when he speaks, in his speaking there is balance of tattvas. In his touch there will be balance of tattvas. In everything he does, the 5 tattvas will balance. Panchajanya Rishikesha. Devadatta Dhananjaya. Dhananjaya. Arjun. Dhananjaya. One who wins wealth. Dhananjaya. When Yudhishthir had the Ashwamedha Yagna, then all the 5 Pandavas went in different directions and they overcame some kings and some kingdoms and got wealth, and Arjun came back with a lot of wealth, so his name was given Dhananjaya. It's something more deeper. Devadatta Dhananjaya. So Devadatta is his shell. The sound coming from his shell, Devadatta, the name of his shell. The messenger of the gods, Devadatta. There are 2 nadis within us. One is when we laugh, and one is when we yawn. When we laugh, it is Dhananjay Nadi. And when we yawn, it is Devadatta Nadi. And the yogi masters these 2 nadis. Now, when do we laugh and when do we yawn? When I do not have energy and I want energy, I yawn. And when I have too much of energy and I want to throw it out, I laugh. Right? Yes, sir. So he's saying, Devadatta Dhananjaya. Arjun has mastered these 2 nadis. He has mastered that of having too much overflowing, and when everything is empty, he has mastered of that of where to get from these 2 nadis. It's very important. When we do mantra yoga, how are we saying a mantra? If my tijori is empty, then I have to use which nadi? Devadatta. But if I want to give, then I have to use which nadi? Dhananjay nadi. And we don't know the science of mantra. We keep on saying the mantra. But if something has to be taken from the universe and put inside, then it has to go with the incoming breath. The mantra has to be said with the incoming breath. And when something from inside has to go outside, it has to be said with the outgoing breath. If he falls ill and I want to help him, it has to be said with the outgoing breath. But I'm short of some energy, I need something, it has to be said with the incoming breath. These two nadis, they are the basis of mantra yoga, Devadatta Dhananjaya. Paundran Dhadmo Mahashankam. Bhima Karma Vrukodara. We took this word Vrukodara last time. We took it last time. Vrukodara. I'll just explain it again. Bhim Shank is Vrukodara. The sound of that energy which digests food. We feel hungry is one energy. The capacity to digest food is another energy. Many people feel hungry, but they can eat only so much. For many years, I was with Ram Dulare Bapu, 7 years. And I remember he would force us to eat and eat and eat. And if you can't eat, again he would force us to eat and again force. And, till you can't eat anymore, and then he'd still force. And this energy inside of us, Vrukodar, it's a hidden energy, we have to develop it. The wolf, Ruk means a wolf, the wolf energy. And the wolf can eat anything, any amount. And Bhim had this energy inside him. He had developed this energy. He could drink the blood of the Kauravas and still digest it. And he could eat the heart of Dushasan and still digest it. Vrukodar. That energy to digest anything. We can't digest this much of pain in our lives. Something untoward happens, we can't digest this much of it. Some small accident happens, we can't digest it. And here he's talking about an energy which can digest anything. And that energy, when it moves, the sound which it makes, Paundram Dhadmo Vrukodara Bhim. Stavriya Day and Wednesday would be, Monday and Friday would be just 2 chapatis and tea. Wednesday would be a full meal. Rest of the days he would not eat anything. Even tea would be only half a teaspoon or 1 teaspoon of milk. And he lived on the 6th floor, no lift. You come with a patient and you call him from downstairs, because in those days there was no mobile phone. And you had to phone from the restaurant downstairs, and you'd phone, "Sir, I brought a patient." And he would come running down, look at the patient, and go back up, make the medicine. And if after half an hour somebody else came and phoned, "Sir, I brought a patient," again he would come running down, because the patient can't climb up the 6 floors. And he would eat only 3 times a week. And I've never seen him chew his food. It just went in, swallowed it, Vrukodara, it just went in. One day he told me that if I want, I can expand my stomach 8 inches and contract it 8 inches. He said that you fill my stomach with whatever food you want, and you tell me to eat it all again, I just expand it 8 inches, contract it, and I can eat the full meal again. This is at a very physical level. What here Vyasji is talking about is of something much higher level. But this is a living example we had of Tavarya Sahib. So he's saying Bhim had that energy to digest anything. We cannot digest. And God is Purna. Please remember. It is Purna. Until we can digest, small things upset us. We see somebody's accident on the road, it will upset us. Somebody cuts a finger, it will upset us. Something happens somewhere, it upsets us. We see something dirty, it upsets us. And God is Purna. Even the clean is in God and the dirty is in God. It's Purna. Yeah, it's very nice to say cleanliness is next to God. Be clean. I'm not saying be dirty. Right? But there must be the capacity to digest inside. That is Vrukodara. Ananta Vijay Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthira. Ananta Vijay. Anant. The one who has conquered time. The one who has gone into eternity. Today shall we talk a little bit about time? Will you be able to pay attention? We'll go into a little deeper meaning of time, what time means. What is time? What is eternity? And what is beyond eternity? When Euclid made geometry, he started his geometry with the assumption that if there is a point, suppose there is a point, so when we start our geometry, we have to make this assumption. Suppose there is a point, and if the point moves, it becomes a line. This is the basis of all Euclidean geometry. Now, he says if the line moves, it becomes a plane. And if the plane moves, it becomes a cube. And this is the whole three-dimensional space which we see with our eyes. Don't think that all animals see three-dimensional space. An ant sees only one-dimensionally. Some birds see only two-dimensionally. We see three-dimensionally. We see all three: length, breadth, thickness. Of course, all this is just a supposition because Gaussian geometry came and they said nothing in the world like a straight line. So here, the very base is that if you draw a line, it is always a circle. It is always a circle, right? But he says that if there is a line and the line moves, it becomes a plane, and if the plane moves, it becomes a line. Now what happens if the cube moves? The line moves, it becomes a plane. The plane moves, it becomes a cube. And if the cube moves, then in which line will it move? Which line will it move? Try to pay attention. This is something, it's very abstract, but you may enjoy it. If the cube moves, where will it move? In time. Here is the cube, but 20 years ago he was a young baby. I'll say 20 years later he's got grey hair. If the cube moves, the cube is moving in time. The line in which the cube is moving is time. So the cube becomes a point, and if that point moves, it is the line of time. Now it's going to become difficult. If that line of time moves, then what does it become? If that line of time moves, what does it become? It becomes the plane of eternity. One line of time, another line of time, another line of time, another line of time. Right? And if the plane of time moves, then what does it become? It will become the cube of time. Let us try to understand this in a different way. Supposing this is in my hand, this is a cube, right? It is a cube. So when it is here, I can draw any line of time. I can throw it into his lap, I can throw it over there, I can open it, I can break it up into pieces. Right? Okay? So when it is here, it is a point. It is a point. But when I finished with it, I've drawn a line of time. Now I say I want to make it invisible. Is it possible? No. Okay. Now this line of time, which I am saying, at this point, did it exist or did it not exist? It had to exist. Nothing new happens. So all these possibilities, at this point, I made a choice of one possibility, but all these possibilities existed at this point. So the plane of time, I drew one line, I chose one line, but all the lines were already there. You get it? In the plane of eternity. That is called Ananta. Ananta, the eternity. It's not something new. Out of that I took one. But I had a thought that I want to make this invisible, which is not possible. But because I had the thought, that also must exist in some time. It must exist in some time. That is the cube of time. એને આપણે ભગવાન કે God, the absolute, the cube of time. Let's see this in another way. બે ત્રણ રીતે આ વસ્તુને જોઈ લઈએ. તમારી જે કોફી પીતા શીખી ગયો. આપણે કહીએ કે my fortune and my destiny. My fortune and my destiny. Fortune is a line of time. Destiny is the plane of time. તો જે ઇટર્નિટી છે, આપણી જે પ્લેન ઓફ ટાઈમ છે, જે લઈને આપણે આવ્યા છીએ, એ તો ખૂબ ભરેલું છે. It is full, it is rich. અત્યારે હું ભિખારી છું. આ સમજાય છે? તો એ બધાય ચોઇસીસ માંથી I just chose that line. But all that was lying there. It is not, you see, when Tawariyaji is saying in his lecture કે તમે બધાય રાજા છો, you all are all emperors, he means કે nobody knows, we don't have that level of awareness to see our eternity, અનંત વિજય. જેને આ ઇટર્નિટી ઉપર વિજય પામેલું છે. To understand eternal time. We'll see it in one more way also. જરા જુદી જુદી રીતે આપણે જોઈ લઈએ. એટલે આપણી પાસે છે તો ખૂબ, પણ રડતા જ હોય છે આપણે. Always cry. કારણ કે at that point we are not aware that so many lines are there. We are hypnotized by this line. And then we cry. And we just, as if we are a machine, we walk onto this line. And then all the other lines are lying there still in our eternity. They are lying there. Patanjali કહે છે, અતીત અનાગત સ્વરૂપ્ત અસ્તિ ધર્મનામ અર્ધ ભેદાત. Atit, the past, the future, anagata. Atita, anagata. Atit means that what was, anagat, that which will come. That which was, that which will come. Swarupta asti. એનું form તો સ્વરૂપ અસ્તિ, અત્યારે છે. The whole form lies now. The whole form lies ધર્મનામ અર્ધ્વભેદા. But you out of that choose one line due to certain sanskars inside which we are hypnotized with. We choose one line and the others are lying latent inside. This is our eternity. But some things are totally impossible. Right? One boy came to me, he says, I want to become a very rich man. So I said, it's possible, it's lying in you. But he said, I want to be the richest man in the world. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not even lying in your eternity. It's not lying in our eternity. But because you said it, it is lying there. Somewhere, sometime, we don't know. We don't know. Someday, sometime, what time and place. That is the cube of time, where all possibilities are. Where all possibilities are. See, as we rise up in consciousness, possibilities change. On the earth, I cannot make mercury into metal or mercury into gold. But if I move into the sun, mercury can become gold and even iron can become gold. Here there is transformation of metals. On the earth, transformation is the law. In the sun, transmutation is the law. So, just rising up into higher levels of prana, higher levels of energy brings about different laws. Brings about different laws. So, these possibilities all lie. He's saying his Nad was Ananta Vijay, the one who had conquered eternity. At any time, he could decide what choice he wants to make, and he could see what was available to him at that time. We'll just go a little deeper into this time. Now there are two lines of time. One is horizontal and one is vertical. See, I move from the past to the present to the future That is one line of time. But this present which I'm talking about, this present is such a fleeting thing. I can't catch it. The minute I go to catch it, it's become the past. How to meet this present? War ni andar, there used to be these fighter planes. Bombers, and they would go and throw bombs. And at one point they had to go very far away, so because they are carrying all this load of bombs, they can't have too much of petrol, right? So a big plane would come with all the petrol, and in mid-air, there would be transfer of petrol from the big plane to the small plane. Now what is the rule in this transfer? The speed of the big plane and the small plane must be
synchronized.
Same.
Synchronized.
Must be same. We live in two times. The time of the five senses and the time of the mind. And they are never synchronized. They are never synchronized. So every moment we relate to this world outside through the five senses. That is, prana comes in through the five senses every moment. Let us go a little deeper first into that. See, science talks about quanta. Quanta is a packet of energy. Nothing new. Nothing new. Vaisheshik talks about anu, and Sankhya talks about tanmatra. What is anu and what is tanmatra? Just try to understand a little. See, in our country, there was no religion first. Hinduism came much later. Before that, there were 6 darshans. Darshan was just a way of seeing truth. It had nothing to do with religion, Hinduism or any ism. It was a pure science of seeing the truth. And when we enter into those sciences, Vaisheshik and Vedant and Sankhya, it is like physics is still a bachcha. So, what is, say we take Vaisheshik, what is it saying? અને એક સમજો કે દુનિયાનું બીજું કોઈ ધર્મ આ ઊંચાઈ સુધી પહોંચી જ નથી શક્યું. જે આ આપણા જે દર્શન 6 દર્શન જે પહોંચ્યા છે, કોઈ they have not come near also. એ બહુ નીચેથી ચાલુ થાય છે. These darshans are talking about something totally different. એ કહે છે, when I see this, what am I seeing? What am I seeing? હું શું આને જોઈ રહ્યો છું કે કંઈક બીજું જોઈ રહ્યો છું? What am I seeing? So it says that this is broken down into electromagnetic impulses, and it travels through the 5 senses and is reconstructed in the brain as an image of this. What I am seeing is I am not seeing this. The prana has gone out of the body. It has taken the shape of this sarupyam, broken it down into some electromagnetic impulses which Vaisheshik calls as anu, and which, or parmanu, and Sankhya calls as tanmatra. It breaks it down into its tanmatra. Those electromagnetic impulses as tanmatra are flowing through the 5 senses as energy. They are packets of energy. They are quanta. You understand? We are talking about quantum theory 10,000 years ago. They are quanta. Each and 30,000 of these packets flow through the senses every second. Every second, 30,000 of these impulses are flowing through the 5 senses. And they are reconstructing images inside which we call thought, which yoga calls as vritti, yoga chitta vritti nirodha. That reconstructed image which is made inside is known as vritti. Now what happens? Okay, this comes into the five senses, right? But the mind is not there. The mind is not there. The five senses are in the present moment. You cannot take the five senses out of they are in the jail of the present moment. The mind is never there. The mind is thinking that tomorrow, what will I do in the stock exchange? Right? I'm looking at him. This image is coming in and I'm thinking, what am I going to do in the stock exchange tomorrow? So what happens? What happens? This image comes in as vritti, but I don't relate to it. The mind does not relate to it. I throw it out. From here, Ajna Chakra, I throw it out as a thought form. It goes and becomes somebody else's thought. And every moment these impulses are coming in. So the petrol is coming in through the five senses, but the fighter plane is not at the same speed as the... And unless the mind is there to take this, Nirodha means not to stop, as all the yoga, all the commentaries say to stop. It has nothing to do with that. They are all wrong. Nirodha means to digest. That which has come in, હું પચાવી શકું છું, પણ પચાવું ક્યાંથી? હું ત્યાં છું જ નહીં. એટલે કોડિયું તો મોઢામાં આવી ગયું અને ઓકીને બહાર ફેંકી દીધું. અધ્યાત્મ બીજું કઈ નથી. અધ્યાત્મ is not going to temples and આ જે મોઢામાં કોડિયું આવ્યું એને જો હું પચાવું, એમાંથી હું રસ કાઢી લઉં, તો છેલ્લે એ જે અંદર આવ્યું એને તત્વ કહે છે. તત્વ એટલે તે, એની અંદર એ પરમાત્મા બેઠો છે. એ જેમ હું અંદર એને પચાવતો જાઉં, છેલ્લે જે બચે છે એ પરમાત્મા બચે છે. એને હું પ્રણામ કરું છું. This is અધ્યાત્મ. But that is not possible because the petrol is coming in every moment, but I am never there to accept it. એટલે કોળિયું સીધું થૂકાઈ જાય છે, ઓકાઈ જાય છે. I vomit it every moment. જે નિરોધ, the digestion of that which comes in, યોગ ચિત્ત વૃત્તિ જે બની, એ વૃત્તિ જે છે એ ઓકાઈ જાય છે. એની બદલે જે નિરોધ થવું જોઈએ, એનું ડાયજેશન થવું જોઈએ, એ અંદર થતું નથી. એટલે the five senses are in the present moment. The mind is like this, and unless there is an interlocking, because the digestion is done by the mind. The five senses are just the doors which allow that energy to come in. And when that energy comes in, what kind of energies are contained in that quanta? Quanta ni andar શું છે? તો જ્યારે supposing one kavi, poet, right? Kavi, કોઈ ઋષિ એનું વર્ણન કરવા માંગે, તો એ જમાનામાં આ એનર્જીસની ભાષા જ નથી. એ જમાનામાં એ એનર્જીસની ભાષા જ નથી. એટલે એ કહે છે કે તત્વ એટલે તે જે હું જોઉં છું એ તે છે. ભલે પાંચ તત્વ છે, પણ હું એ પાંચ તત્વ નથી. એ કોને હું જોઉં છું? તે છે. પણ એ જે અંદર આવે છે એને હું સરખી રીતે પચાવી લઉં, મારા ડાયજેસ્ટિવ સિસ્ટમમાંથી કાઢી લઉં, એમાંથી ગ્લુકોઝ કાઢી લઉં, એનર્જી કાઢી લઉં, સરખું બધું કાઢી લઉં, મલમૂત્ર બહાર ફેંકી દઉં. એને અસુર કહેવાય મલમૂત્રને. એ બહાર ફેંકી દઉં તો જે બચે છે એ પરમાત્મા બચે છે અંદર. એ સત્વ છે. For that, the mind has to be locked with the five senses. And when that happens, we move into another dimension of time and space. So, the five senses, what is... આપણે જરા જોઈએ આ five senses શું કરે છે હર્ષણ. એ હર્ષણ શું? એને જોઉં છું તો એનો ફોટોગ્રાફ લીધો, એને જોઉં છું તો એનો ફોટોગ્રાફ લીધો, કંઈક સાઉન્ડ સાંભળ્યું તો એનો ફોટોગ્રાફ લીધો, રાઈટ? I'm hungry, I see food, તો એનો ફોટોગ્રાફ લીધો. One by one, the five senses is just clicking
pictures,
photographs. One by one, it is clicking. I call those series of photographs as time. You get it? That photograph which the five senses is clicking each moment to moment, I call that series as time. But the mind, if it is there, which is not there. And we have to work with the mind. Abhyas to bring it there. Abhyas vairagya abhyam tan nirodha tatra sthito yatna abhyas. ત્યાં એ મનને અહીંયા લઈ આવું, એ સ્થિતિને વારંવાર કરવું, તત્ર સ્થિતો યત્ન અભ્યાસ. એ યત્ન, એ પ્રયત્નને અભ્યાસ કહેવાય. એટલે once the mind is here, the one time is moving of the senses, photograph by photograph by photograph, and suddenly a new dimension of time opens where I move up in the mind, and that energy which comes in is being digested at different places and different levels. The Christians say the angels are there and the demons are there. એ જે એનર્જી અંદર આવે છે એની અંદર 5 તત્વ છે. એ 5 તત્વના જે માલિકો ભગવાન છે, વરુણ, આ તે એ બધાય છે, જુદા જુદા ભગવાનો છે, અને છેલ્લે મેઇન જે નિરાકાર પરમાત્મા એની અંદર પડેલો છે. અને એ જે અંદર છે એ જ બહાર છે. But it will only happen when this docking happens. સમજાણું? I don't know. I hope I've been able to. So we are now moving in another dimension of time, up. And that has nothing to do with this dimension which we call as time, the photographs of the senses. And when we move in this dimension of time, it is completely different. Because there are so many lines of time. There is the eternity, Ananta Vijayam, Kuntri Putro, that Yudhishthira, the one who has mastered this, to move up in this dimension of time. તો એ થોડુંક ટાઈમની વાત કરી. From different angles, what is time? Can we move up in this dimension of time? First we have to lock the mind with the present moment. That is called meditation. Trying to bring the mind back to this present moment.
Last time we explained blue. Atithi Devo Bhava.
અતિથિ એટલે that which is coming in. એટલે હર્ષ અને 30,000 અતિથિ અંદર આવે છે અને એમાંથી દેવને છૂટો પાડવાનો છે. એ અધ્યાત્મ છે. અતિથિ દેવો ભવ. Every moment they are coming in. પણ દેવ આપણે છૂટું પાડી શકતા જ નથી. કંઈક ને કંઈક આપણી ઈચ્છા એની અંદર દેખાય છે, આપણી કંઈક વાસના છુપેલી હોય એ દેખાય છે, અંદર કંઈક રંજ રહી ગયું હોય એ દેખાય છે. એટલે રાગ અને દ્વેષ એ અંદર ઓકાય જ જાય. પછી you cannot digest it. નકુલ સહદેવશ્ચ સઘોષ મણિપુષ્પકો. નકુલનું સઘોષ અને સહદેવનું મણિપુષ્પક. The one who announces, Saghosha, the one who announces, Nakula. એક દિવસ વિમલાજીને પ્રશ્ન પૂછેલો કે દીદીમાં, don't you think when Shankaracharya said aham brahmasmi, it can be of the ego also, no? So she looked at me like this. Said, Rajan, he's just saying I've come home. You have gone on a journey. You visited all the places and your wife is waiting for you at home and you come and knock in the door and you say, hey, I've come. Right? So he arrived home. He arrived in his celestial home. He just announced that I've arrived home. Nothing to do with the ego. He announced, aham brahmasmi. I am that. I am that. It's just an announcement. So, Saghosh, Nakul. When we are free of all conditioning, kul means conditioning. When we are free of all conditioning, we have arrived home. We have arrived home. But we feel conditioning is our home. That is the problem. Conditioning is our problem. And this jeev che, it is bound by layers of conditioning. The very lowest layer is attitudes, valano. Then come habits. Just above that is habits, right? Valan is Bhishma, habits are Dronacharya. એ બંધાયેલું છે. Then come contradictions. So each layer, જે અંદરનું soul છે એ આનાથી બંધાયેલો છે. And all these are conditioning it, not allowing us to see the truth. We are bound by that. And we don't realize many of the conditionings we are wearing as ornaments. Sure. And we don't want to drop those conditionings. And freedom is to drop all the conditionings. And એટલા ગહેરા છે એ વલણો. They're so deep, so deep. કોઈક બીજા ધર્મવાળાનું દેખાય તો અંદર કંઈક થવા માંડે. કોઈક કંઈક ખાતું હોય તો કંઈક થવા માંડે. કોઈક કંઈક કપડાં પહેરતું હોય તો કંઈક થવા માંડે. કોઈક આપણા દેશનું કંઈક બોલવા માંડે તો કંઈક થવા માંડે. All this, we are bound by all this. When are we going to be free of all this? But we don't want to be free. We'll fight for it. We'll fight for a flag. People fight for a flag. Huh? This afternoon I was reading the history of the Knights Templar. And 1095, the Pope decided that we must free Jerusalem. So
Bad.
need a break, no? Everybody needs a break. Tired? No.
અસ્તિત્વ ફેંકું છે.
Huh?
અસ્તિત્વ ફેંકું છે કઈ.
So the Pope said that we will send an army of Christians to fight for the Holy Land. And that army which went was the Knight Templars, the Crusaders. And many of them stayed over there in the Holy Land, Jerusalem. And their children stayed there, their children stayed there. And at that time, Arab culture was at its highest peak. Arab, this thing. The Christian culture was nothing at that time. The Arab culture was at its peak. And they imbibed all these cultures. And suddenly they found this path within the, what do you call, the Muslim, this which they called as Sufis. And it is from there the Sufis started becoming famous. What we call in India as Bhakti is not originally Hinduism. It has come with the Sufis. The Sufis came to India and they brought about this concept as God as the lover. And because of that, Bhakti Yoga came into Hinduism. There was no Bhakti before that. And these Knights Templars, they were there. And what were we talking about? What point were we talking about?
They went to Jerusalem.
Jerusalem.
Yeah, that is there. I was trying to make a point on that. Memory.
To establish the religion.
ને વલણો વલણો જે attitudes જે છે
Conditioning. You don't want to leave a
they
conditioning.
got free of the Christian conditioning. And they were trying to look for truth by balancing both these things. And suddenly the Pope realized that, oh, this person made a mistake 300-400 years ago by sending all these people over there, and he overnight had them all killed. Right? Many of them hid away. In the east they became Sufis, in the west they became the Rosy Christians. But what I'm trying to say, Valan, we fight for our attitudes. We don't want to be free of them. And we think it is something great. The Pope thought he was fighting for God. Right? And Nakul, the one who is free of all conditioning, All conditioning. I mean, I can't go into all વલણો ઉપર બે ત્રણ લેક્ચર અપાશે, હાઇલાઇટ્સ ઉપર બે ત્રણ લેક્ચર જે અંદર કોન્ટ્રડિક્શન્સ પડેલા છે, because we live in contradictions. We live in contradictions. કોઈક મને વાત કરશે, કોઈક શું કહે રસવાળી વાત કરશે કે આ એક્ટ્રેસને આ એક્ટર સાથે ચાલુ છે, એવો રસ પડશે. હવે જ્યારે એ રસ પડે છે ત્યારે અંદર તો છે, હું તો એવો નથી. આ સમજાય છે, તો જ રસ પડે છે. એટલે અંદર કંઈક મારું અહમ છે કે આઈ એમ ડેફિનેટલી નોટ લાઈક ધેટ. હવે ગઈકાલે જ ગાડી ચલાવતો હતો અને એક્ટ્રેસનો ફોટો હતો અને જોઈને સેક્સની ઈચ્છા આવી ગઈ, તો એ તો હું ભૂલી ગયો તે વખતે. આ સમજાય છે? સો વી એડવાઇઝ અધર પીપલ so many things, we talk about so many things, but the very opposite lies within us. There is a whole layer of conditioning of contradictions. So attitudes, habits, contradictions, each layer by layer the soul is, and the one who is free is Nakul. So he's saying, I've come home, my real home, and I'm not conditioned by any home. And Sahadev, the one who walks with the gods, the one many-flowered. Here there are two chakras. One is called Manipura, one is called Kundli. Kundli is Arjun, Manipura is Karna. Kundli is sensitivity, Manipura is sensitiveness, excitement. And our whole life is, we have to choose whether we want excitement or we want sensitivity. See, the animals, the plants, they all respond to external stimuli. Man does not need external stimuli to respond. But still he keeps on responding to external stimuli. He still lives by that same law, excitement. And Adhyatma means a step from excitement to sensitivity, deep sensitivity. And that deep sensitivity. See, we have this story of Krishna, and he goes and kills one Rakshas called Narkasur. Right? Narkasur, Narak, no Asur. Narak, no Asur. And Narkasur has imprisoned 16,000 queens in his dungeons, in his jail, you know. So, there are 16,000 ways of excitement. 16,000 ways of excitement. And the more we follow excitement in our life, we are going to go into Narak. Narak is nothing but becoming a victim of excitement. Excitement means every day I want a new queen till I reach 16,000. Right? Every day I want a new toy. A new toy to play with. A new video game, a new movie, whatever. A new food, a new restaurant, a new pant, a new shirt. Right? So he had these 16,000 queens. And then there's a shift from sensitiveness to sensitivity. And that is only done when Krishna kills the Rakshas. And all those queens, they marry Krishna. So then, in all the 16,000, you see the same. Try to understand this. Say I like tea and I don't like milk. Right? So there is an excitement of tea which I like. There is an excitement of milk which I don't like. But I say there is a sensitivity of tea and there is a sensitivity of milk. That is, there is a sensitivity of like and there is a sensitivity of dislike. And in both the sensitivities there is joy. In tea there is like, in milk there is dislike. But when I go into sensitivity, whether it is tea or whether it is milk, there is joy. I don't know if I'm coming across in this. Right? So all those 16,000, they may be so many different toys, but when they marry Krishna, in all you see the same sensitivity of joy. It is the same wife you see every day, but there is joy. There is joy, right?
Yeah.
But if we want more and more excitement every day, then one day we are going to become that Rakshas, Narka, Sur. We'll reach 16,000 one day, right? So he's saying, okay, all these, he's saying that Sahadev has awakened this chakra like a flower with many petals, many petal flower, many petal, mani pushpako, many petal flower. There are two pathways into the brain. One is through excitement, one is through sensitivity. We close this pathway and we open a new pathway. He has given me, he has insulted me, but in the sensitivity of that sound, in the sensitivity of the tone of his voice, in that very feeling of the prana in the sound, I hear the Omkar. How can I get angry on him? Sensitive. This is the path of sensitivity. But he has insulted me, and who is he to insult me? Then gone, Narkasur. Now you get what I'm trying to say? In everything is that. So in Nakula Sahadev Sagosha Mani Pushpako. Then everyone blows their trumpets. The Kashiraj, Shikhandi, Drushtadhyumno, Virat, Satyaki, all of them they cannot be defeated. They all blow their trumpets. Shikhandi, we took last time. Shikha means the highest point. When the energy reaches the highest point, it is free of male, female. That is Shikhandi. Right? Drushtadhyumno. He is the commander of the Pandav armies. एक अंदर विवेक एवो જોઈએ કે રાઈટ ટાઈમે શું કરું. હા, અંદર હું બધું સમજતો હોઉં, પણ એ જે કંઈ મારી પાસે અંદર what do you call wealth છે, knowledge છે, I may use the wrong knowledge at the wrong time. Right? My son is upset. He has failed in his exam. He's not feeling good. He's in depression. And I start telling him, "Get truth is like this, and what is the difference between failure and this?" I'm using the wrong knowledge at the wrong time. Right? So, at each moment, what is the appropriate way to work? Which warrior to put against which warrior? If Dushasana comes to attack, then whom to put in front of him? Dushasana is anger. Then what to do at the time of anger? At the time of anger, I go to read the Gita, it's not going to work. Something else. Right? So which warrior to put in front, that an inner consciousness is needed. It is called Vivek, that is Drushtadhyumna. He's the commander. He decides, okay, this one is here, then put this fellow here. This one is here, they are in this formation, put this formation. And this we must decide every moment in our lives. Right? Because we keep on doing the wrong thing. We keep on doing the wrong thing. And it takes hard work, but once when this warrior has come within us, then we do the right thing at the right time. Subhadra no Dikro, and all of them did there. And hearing this sound of the Pandavas, all the children of Dhritarashtra, their hearts, Hradayani Vyadarayata, their hearts were pierced. Their hearts were pierced. And Prithvi Tumulo means the Akash and Prithvi. Akash is Bindu Chakra, Sahasra Chakra. Prithvi is, right? Mooladhara Chakra. Between this all the chakras vibrated, and this sound was heard from the Akash to the Prithvi. The whole Kaurav army, they knew now the time has come, that death is not very far away, the time has come to fight the battle. Then Rishikesham tada vakyam idam aha mahipate. Then Arjun tells Rishikesh, that is Krishna, Mahipate. Mahipate means Lord of the earth. Now this word Mahipate again will be used again later on as a pun. Mahipate means Lord of the earth. The earth contains all the 5 tattvas. So he's using the word Rishikesh, the 5 tattvas in the senses, and he's saying, you are the Lord. He's saying, Sena yoho ubhayohor madhye ratham sthapyam achyuta. Hey Achyut, take my chariot and put it in between the 2 armies. Take my chariot and put it in between the 2 armies. I was wondering, we missed out one sloka over here. After Bhishma did his Siyanad, before the Pandav Nad started, he brings one sloka which is very nice. I'll just take it. Tata Shvete Hayer Yuktehi Mahitis Syandane Sthito Madhav Pandavasha Divyo Shankho Padham Matuhu. That is, he's saying that Rishikesh and Arjun, they came in a chariot of 4 white horses. Mahite, Mahat Tattva. Huge. Madhava, the one who is feeding the earth. The one who is feeding the earth. Je Prithvi ni maa che Madhav. Je Prithvi ne dhare che Madhava. And then they bring out their shells. Ashwa. 4 white horses. Ashwa, the one who has conquered time again. Mahat Tattva. આ મહત્તત્વ શું છે? ભૂભુવ સ્વઃ મહા જન તપ સત્યમ. આમ આપણે ત્યાં કોસ્મોલોજી છે. ભૂલોક, ભુવલોક, સ્વહલોક, but surrounded by a Lakshman Rekha called Mahakal. Mahakal means all memory is lying there. Physical body ની age say 70 વર્ષ, 80 વર્ષ, કોઈ 100 વર્ષ જીવે. Then comes the astral body, Bhuva, any age 500 years. And then comes the electronic body, Swaha, any age 2,500 years. After that, it dissolves into, the memory dissolves into this layer called Mahakal. He has to leave the memory and he goes beyond into Jana. Jana means that universe from which he was born. But Jana has a beautiful meaning. It means creation. And whenever we create anything in life, our consciousness at that point tries to rise. It may be creating a small garden, maybe creating a small painting, anything creative which we are doing in life. At that time our consciousness moves from this Bhu-Bhuva Swaha and tries to join with that Janaloka, from where the Atma has come. That is why creativity is an expression of divinity. Divinity and creativity must move together. Something you experience divine inside, then express it in creativity. Again, you experience something divine inside, express it in creativity. Anyway, Mahat Tattva, the Mahakala. We feel Krishna has come and done the Gita and Ram came and did the Ramayana, but in that Mahakala, they came thousands of times and went away thousands of times. It's just one ripple on the wave, the Ramayana, and it's gone back. One ripple on the ocean, the Bhagavad Gita, and it's gone back. So many times the same thing has been repeated. So the physical body dies, the astral body dies, the mental body dies. We do not have a mental body, we have to build it. when the mental body is built, certain signs are made. This is called as Buddha's necklace. A person who is waking up his mental body, certain signs come over here. So if you see certain yogis, you will see certain signs over here. You know that their mental body is being built. And when the mental body is built, then they can go beyond and leave. Now, this mental body lies in this Mahakal for 2,500 years. That is why Buddha died. He said, I will come back as Maitreyi. And the time is over now, 2,500 years have passed. There is no way he can come back now as Maitreyi. There was no one there who could use that mental body. So that mental body will now destroy and Buddha will go back into. So the same story happens with the stars. થોડીક આપણે સાઇડ ટ્રેક કરીએ. આ મહત તત્વ શું છે સમજવા માટે. સ્થૂળ શરીર હોય છે તારાઓની, સૂક્ષ્મ શરીર હોય છે અને અતિ સૂક્ષ્મ ઇલેક્ટ્રોનિક બોડી હોય છે. મૂનની ખાલી સ્થૂળ શરીર છે ચંદ્રની, પણ પૃથ્વી is trying to make an astral body, એટલે એને atmosphere છે. The sun is trying to make a mental body. Are 3 stages of stars. One day the sun will also make its mental body and die. But that mental body will live for a long time, like our mental body will live for, like Buddhas live for 2,500 years. Same way that will live for so many millions and millions of years. હવે એક સોલર સિસ્ટમ જેને આપણે કહીએ, જેની અંદર પોસિબિલિટી ઓફ લાઈફ હોવી જોઈએ, એની અંદર આવી એક મેન્ટલ બોડી ન હોય તો લાઈફ ન થઈ શકે. હવે સૂર્ય તો હજી એનું બનાવે છે, તો આ આપણા પૃથ્વી ઉપર લાઈફ ક્યાંથી આવી? હાઉ ઇઝ ઇટ પોસિબલ? હુ મેડ ઇટ પોસિબલ? તો જે પ્લેનેટ જ્યુપિટર છે, the planet Jupiter, it has a physical body, it is making an astral body, but one old star where the physical body died, astral body died, has aligned and the mental body has aligned behind Jupiter. While Jupiter is the most powerful star in our solar system, એટલે એને ગુરુ કહેવામાં આવે છે. The vibrations. And in Jupiter there is a red spot. That red spot is the link between the physical Jupiter and the mental Jupiter. That red spot in Prithvi is at Gaumukh. And that link, which they say, you can experience that link here on the, which they call as the 12 Jyotir Lings. That red spot is the Jyotir Ling. That is why the science of Jyotir Ling, not to take Billi Patra and put it there, but to touch your forehead, say some nad from inside, so you experience the mental body inside which we have not yet built. So all this is in that Mahakal, the Mahat Tattva. So just to explain that, I went into this. We'll go ahead. Back. So he's saying, Senayo ubhayo madhye ratham sthapayam achyuta. Hey Achyut, maro rath banne senani vacche. This is a great point. And Achyut pan bau cunning che. He knows all the tricks of the trade. Atli moti sena che, pan he takes it exactly where Bhishma and Drona are. This is your chief weakness. Have a look at it.
Wow.
Have a look at it. This is whom you have to kill. તારે ચાલવું જ ને અધ્યાત્મના માર્ગે, તો આને મારીશ તો ચાલી શકીશ, બાકી નહીં ચાલી શકાય. પણ અર્જુન હજી જરા ઓલામાં છે, હજી આમ વિષાદ આવ્યો નથી, એટલે એના જરા જોરમાં છે. તો એ કહે છે કે સુકમ કહી મહાયા સહ યોદ્ધવ્ય અસ્મિન રણ સમુદ્યમે. કે કોની તાકાત છે મારી સામે લડવા? કોણ? હું જોઉં તો ખરો કોઈ કોણ એવું આવ્યો છે મારી સામે લડવા વાળો. એનો ઈગો આવી ગયો પાછળ. કહી માયા સહ યોદ્ધવ્ય અસ્મિન રણ સમુદ્યમે. કે અર્જુન આવડો મોટો હું ધનુર્ધર છે, કોની તાકાત છે કે મારી સામે લડી શકે? અગેન આટલી મહેનત આપણે કરી, વનવાસમાં આપણે ગયા, આ કર્યું, પણ અગેન ધ ઈગો હેઝ dropped up. And this is the seed. Here the seed is sown for Vishad. Now the seed is sown for Vishad. Because with the ego you cannot fight the inner battle, the inner Mahabharata. Yotsya manan avekshayam ya etetra samagataha. હું જોઈ શકું અવએક્ષે. અવએક્ષ means eyes. અવએક્ષે આ ભેગા થયેલા સમાગતા. એમ નથી કહેતો કે આ શું કોઈ યોદ્ધાઓ ભેગા થયા છે. એ કહે છે કે આ ક્રાઉડ ભેગું થઈ ગયું છે. એમ નથી કહેતો કે these are all warriors who are in front of me. He is saying કે this whole crowd is in front of me. He is telling Krishna, take my chariot between the two armies so I can see this crowd who have come to fight with me. Avekshe. Beautiful word. We'll just take the next look and then we'll explain this word. Take this one. Sorry, I made a mistake. यावत एतान निरीक्ष्य अहम योद्ध कामान अवस्थितान कहि मया सह योद्धव्य अस्मिन् रण समुद्यमे. Take my chariot between the two armies so I can see yavat etan nirikshe. Nirikshe, I can see those who have come to fight with me. Yotsya manan avekshe. So he uses two words, nirikshe, avekshe. Attention has two qualities, focused and diffused. First, let me see everyone together. Then let me see each one
by one.
particular. We must learn to diffuse attention and one-pointed attention. Both are the same. Both are the same. To see everything together and to see everything one-pointed. Wholeness and oneness at the same time. So he's saying, let me see these who have come to fight with me, and my attention first I will see all of them together, the whole army, and then I will see each warrior one
By one.
at a time. Each weakness within us, they are all together. Now this is even this afternoon somebody was with me and they brought up this point. I'm not here. Anyway, how do we remember all this? And it's very difficult. Very, very difficult. When we practice inner observation, it becomes very, very difficult, because the science of inner observation, how do we remember all the 100 Kauravas and all this and all that? It doesn't happen. You go to do one thing, you forget the other. You go to do something else, you forget the other. And in sadhana, this happens all the time. And I remember it was so difficult, so difficult. Every day I would wonder when will the time come when I go to do one thing, I forget something else, and I go to do another thing, I forget something else. Just the other day, we had gone somewhere to one center, and there was somebody talking. So I said, oh, I have met your guru and I've talked with him for 3 hours. Then suddenly it came to me, this is my self-love. You see, I want to show that person that I am something. Right? This is Bhishma within me, coming out. Right? But it was already done. See, I forgot. At that point I forgot. Right? So, when we do this, we forget. We keep forgetting. And this happened for a number of years. It went on and on. And then one morning, avekshaham, nirikshaham, aveksh. One morning suddenly the whole picture was clear. Now I cannot forget. Now it is not possible to forget. But it was because of that 5-6 years of hard work that suddenly that one morning I woke up and it was clear. Okay, now I can see the whole army
Front.
together. Till then only one I could see, then I forget the other. One if Dushasan is attacking, then I'll forget that Duryodhan is on the side. Right? And it goes on that way and takes a long time. So these two qualities of inner attention, nirikshayaham, avikshayaham. So he's saying, let me see them in the two ways. Who is Dhartarashtrasya durbuddhe yuddhe priya chikirshavaha. All these people who have come to please Duryodhan. Who have come to please Duryodhan. Priya, he uses the word Priya. Later on, Krishna will use a beautiful word for Arjun, Shreya. What is Priya and what is Shreya? Shreya is what is right. Priya is what I do through attachment. They have all come to fight for Duryodhan through attachment, to please him. Priya Chikirshava, to make him happy. My child wants a toy. Yeah, and he's crying for that toy. And I have to see કે એની માટે પ્રિય શું છે અને શ્રેય શું છે. અને ઓલવેઝ એની માટે પ્રિય હું કરવા જાઉં ને પાછળથી 5 વર્ષ પછી રડું. We don't realize this. And the guru is not interested in pleasing the disciple. He is interested in Shreya. That the disciple has to grow. He has to mature. He is not interested in making him happy. We are interested in making the child happy. And this is the problem. We don't realize what is maturity, what is growth. And so these two words are very, very important over here. And throughout in all our relationships, we must see what is Priya, what is Shreya. Many times it could happen that our old father or mother, death is coming. We all know death is coming. And at that time we have to decide that do we want to help them to face death or do we want to please them? And sometimes we may have to do something which will not please them, which may make them unhappy. But we keep that in mind that tomorrow they have to face death. And if they can face death properly, then it's a big victory in life. So we have to balance these two in life, the Priya and the Shreya. Keep on balancing this. Don't follow one. We'll stop now. Okay.
Finish the page.
I finished the page. One more slow. Sanjay Uvacha. Evam ukto rishikesho gudakeşena bharata sainaro ubhayo madhye sthapayitva rathottama. Then Sanjay tells the old king, Dhritarashtra, that Rishikesh told Gudakesh, beautiful word, Bharat. Hey Bharat, he tells, Dhritarashtra, he calls him as Bharat. Hey Bharat, कि Rishikesh told Gudakesh. Gudakesh is the one who has conquered sleep. The one who has conquered sleep. The one who is aware in sleep. He's not talking about that deep sleep in the night to be aware in that. He's not talking about that. That is the period of rest. But he's talking about the small things in life which hypnotize us all the time. We go into psychological sleep. We get hypnotized. And the one who has conquered that sleep, Gudakeshena Bharata, the one who has conquered that. But if we work with our sleep, if we work with our dreams, then in the daytime, whenever anger hypnotizes us, another emotion hypnotizes us, something else comes to hypnotize us, that very working with the dream, because that anger is also a dream. And the very working with sleep, will create this state of Gudakeshena Bharata within us. If we can do that, then we are not hypnotized by the small things in life. And then he says, Senayoho ubhayoho madhye sthapayitva rathottama. And then he puts his rath between the two armies. And then of course it comes Bhishma, Drona, Pramukta, Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam. And he, in the first chapter, Krishna himself does not speak, but through Sanjay's words, Krishna speaks. Sanjay tells the old king, he takes the rath there between the two armies and he tells Arjun, look, Bhishma, Drona, and all the great kings of the earth are there in front of you. Now do your battle. Go and do your battle. And this is when he sees Bhishma and Drona, then he starts shivering. He says, how will I fight this battle? And then the Vishad starts. Anyway, we'll stop here. Thank you. You've been very patient. 2 hours you all have sat and listened. With God's grace, if we can meet again, we'll go ahead in this. If the Gita ji can become a friend in life, then there is no need of any other friend. There is no need of any guru. There is no need of anything. Everything is there. There is nothing which is there, no other knowledge in the world which is not there in the Gita ji. Everything is there. In that one small 750 shloks. Everything is all the knowledge of the world. We can just enter into it. Reading by reading, if we can just touch first the words, then let the words vibrate within us and touch the prana within the words. And then enter into the prana, then enter into that emotion which is behind the prana and move from that to the inner light and from that into that nothingness. Then we and Krishna can become one. So beautiful. Gita ji. It's not that you all have come, you all have given me an opportunity to live it again. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Very much.
First, you must stop it completely. Right? So, whenever we are having a conversation, many things will come from memory. We have to pause over there. Supposing આપણે એક રેસ્ટોરન્ટમાં ખાવા ગયા તો immediately આવશે કે I had come here 3 days ago. Stop. That is memory, association. Associate fail. Stop. It's difficult because we keep on going into association, one association after the other. We have to practice it in normal conversations. Again, when we are sitting in meditation or doing rhythmic breathing, if this goes somewhere, then go back through the whole chain and come back from where you started. That is the flow of associations. But when I'm talking with him, it is an associative thinking. That is the flow of association. The river is flowing that way.
Yeah.
But here it is, something has come from memory. I am looking at his painting. Yeah. Now I must talk about his painting, no?
Yeah.
But at that time I'll start talking about Rembrandt. Right? It has no connection at all. You see? So there is I've gone into an association, gone into the past. I want the mind to be with the present. You get what I'm trying to say? You get what I'm trying to say? And this happens all. Huh?
Please. Yeah, please.
આજે જો મેં વાત કરતા હતા. એક ટોપી $250 છે તો ટોપી દેખાતી નથી, $250 દેખાય છે. Association. To be free of associations. I mean, that is just the second layer.
Second layer.
અને વર્ષો નીકળી જાય to work with associations.
Because our thought to આવે છે.
આવે છે.
Thought comes.
Hold.
Say it.
Don't say it.
No, you don't say it, but our thought to
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter.
You have brought awareness to the thought. If you said it, you're gone. Reaction. But you brought awareness. The minute you pause, the senses hold. You come to the present moment. Right? Pause. And slowly you will be able to go back from where those associations are coming. Deeper into the mind. See, always take conversation as a painting. એટલે કોઈ પણ કંઈ પણ બોલે, never take the opposite stance. That is the first rule. ભલે એ સાવ ખોટું બોલ્યો હોય, never go opposite. Okay, you are right.
Join them.
Join him. Now start making a painting out of it. And in that painting, always the present. Don't bring the memory in between. Yoga, chitta, vritti, nirodha, chit is memory. Don't bring the memory inside. Because we are victims of memory, we are slaves of memory.
Because the output is very fast, no?
It's very fast.
Yeah.
It's very fast. I'm seeing a sunset and immediately I'll go, I saw something 5 days ago. It's finished. It's gone. I mean, if somebody's talking about a sunset they've seen, what is the point in saying I saw one yesterday or day? What difference does it make? Make a painting out of it.
Very big thing.
Huh?
Very big thing. Everybody wants to know more.
It's Kanubhai's
Till
bedtime.
morning.
It's miles away, yeah, it's half night.
શું કામ એમને ગીતાજીના પહેલા અધ્યાયમાં બધા યોદ્ધાઓની વાત કરી ને બાકીના 17 અધ્યાયમાં ક્યાંય પણ વાત નથી કરી? વ્યાસજી, something fantastic, absolutely unimaginable. શું એને જ્ઞાન મૂકી દીધું છે, કઈ રીતે ચાવીઓ મૂકી છે. જેમ ઉતરતા જાય આમ we get lost, you know.
But you talk of layers, that's what you call going behind the thoughts which came, the words came out from me. That's what you talk about.
To see,
And that's difficult.
Yeah.
That's difficult to see what they're thinking behind.
thinking, to observe our
Yeah,
thoughts.
to read it between the lines, what is happening. Just you the America here.
આવે.
You're saying like in a conversation, we talked about before the output so fast. So in that observation of the first thought, something else will come up. So do you observe the next thought along?
You first
That's
go
normal.
back from where you came.
Yeah.
Suppose I am meditating like this, and suddenly I hear a horn, right? And, okay. In that horn, I remember I have not parked my car properly, and I may get a ticket, right? And then I remember I got a ticket on that day. And then I remember another friend of mine who had 5 tickets. And then I remember that friend's wife, you know, she screams at him all the time. And then I remember that friend's wife, she doesn't make good food, but you get good food in this restaurant, right?
Yeah.
And suddenly I say, oh, I've come back. Then go back the whole journey from which you came. Bring light on the pathway, because that whole pathway went in darkness. Now bring light back on the pathway. So go from, take each link in the chain, come back, come back, come back. The memory, very powerful thing, sir. Just sitting in meditation. You get what I'm trying to say? It's very difficult, because you will forget. By the time you reach the restaurant, you won't even know which road you took to reach the restaurant, you see? Of course, he remembers all the roads of London, both of them.
That is focusing, isn't it?
Bringing light.
Light.
હવે અહીંયા જાઈ ગયો ત્યાં સુધી તો હું સૂતો હતો.
So as soon as we
હવે
remember,
એ
we
આખી
are
સુતેલી યાત્રામાં ફરીથી પ્રકાશ લઈ ગયો.
પાછળ જવાનું.
પ્રતિ પ્રસન્ન થઈ ગયો.
વાહ વાહ વાહ. What a beautiful thing. Very
તો
nice.
એ પણ યાદ રહેવું જોઈએ ને કે
નથી
ના, ના.
એ પાછા
To pluck it out again, પાછું.
કનેક્શન
Connection, પાછું connection reverse કરો.
યાદ રહેવું જોઈએ ને.
Reverse માં
આવશે
જવાનું.
આવશે
Reverse માં
આવશે
જવાનું.
પ્રેક્ટિસથી આવશે
Practice આવશે.
આવશે એટલે પછી એટલો આનંદ આવશે
It's a goal, ne? The goal
એટલું
is
એક
to-
પાથવેમાં પ્રકાશ આવશે, you'll feel so joyful.
Yeah.
inside.
એ શરૂઆતમાં સ્લીપ થઈ
જદુ
જવાય
કૃષ્ણ તમે વાંચો ને તો સવારથી સાંજથી શરૂ કરે સવારથી સાંજ સવાર કરે અત્યારથી શરૂ કરે પછી સવાર સુધી જાય કે ત્યાં અનકોન્શિયસ હતો પાછી યાત્રા
કે
છે
આ દિવસની અંદર ક્યાંયથી મારાથી અનકોન્શિયસનેસમાં કંઈ થઈ ગયું એ કૃષ્ણમૂર્તિનું રાતે સૂતા પહેલા હી વુડ ઓલવેઝ ડુ ધેટ. આજે ક્યાંય શરતચૂક ક્યાંય થઈ ગયું છે, ક્યાંય એવી કોઈ એક્ટ મારું થઈ ગયું જ્યાં હું કોન્શિયસ નહોતો, ત્યાં કોન્શિયસનેસ મૂકી દે.
હા કરો બરોબર હું નહીં કરવાનું
Till he died. Till he died. Ajito, he is suffering from what do you call pancreatic cancer, and he's in terrible pain. Terrible pain he is in, and he's calling people, and till the last moment he's discussing what are the possibilities of the human mind, what is modern science doing about it. You see?
તો વોટ ઇઝ ધીસ ઝીરો નથિંગનેસ એટર્નિટી બિયોન્ડ છે ઝીરો ઝીરો
Nothingness.
ટોક ટુ ઝીરો યુ નો ધ
Nothingness.
એટર્નિટી બિયોન્ડ
એટલે શું છે કે બાથરૂમમાં જવું છે, અનુભૂતિ બાથરૂમમાં છે, પણ કોઈ પણ યંત્રને અંદર લઈ જવાની મનાય છે. પોઈન્ટ બ્રેઇન હોય તો હું કંઈક રેકોર્ડ કરી શકું, મેમરી હોય તો હું કંઈક રેકોર્ડ કરી શકું. એટલે અંદરના યંત્ર બુદ્ધિ, મન, ચિત્ત, અહમ, આ કોઈ યંત્ર મારી પાસે હોય પણ એ તો બહાર મૂકીને અંદર જવાનું.
અંતકરણ મૂકીને બરાબર છે
બરાબર છે. હવે અંદર ગયા તો જે છે અનુભૂતિ છે, અને એને રેકોર્ડ કેમ કરો? There is no microscope, there is no telescope, there is nothing over there because you left them outside. When you come out of the bathroom and take those instruments, then that you have left behind.
યા બરાબર છે
મારો point પકડાય છે? હવે say આપણે કોન્શિયસ સ્લીપની વાત કરીએ. કોન્શિયસ સ્લીપ જે સમજવાનું છે એ લેફ્ટ આપણા આ બ્રેઇનથી સમજવાનું છે, પણ એ બ્રેઇનને તો સુવડાવી દઈએ છીએ આપણે. કારણ કે આ જ બ્રેઇનમાં લેંગ્વેજ છે, આ જ બ્રેઇનમાં રીઝનિંગ છે. હવે એ બ્રેઇન સૂઈ ગયા અને આપણે ડ્રીમમાં કોન્શિયસ થઈ ગયા તો એ બધું આપણે સમજશું કેવી રીતે? વી નીડ રીઝનિંગ ટુ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ ઇટ. તો વી હેવ ટુ પુટ ધ બ્રેઇન નિયરલી ટુ સ્લીપ, અને એક સેલ જેવું આપણે જાગતું કે થોડાક સેલ્સ જાગતા રહે, આપણે ડ્રીમમાં સરકી જાય, અને ત્યાંથી જે જ્ઞાન મળ્યું એ પાછું લેંગ્વેજમાં ને રીઝનિંગમાં ને એ બધું મૂકવા માટે તો કંઈક તો જોઈએ ને આપણી પાસે. એને જો સાવ સુવડાવી દે તો વી કાન્ટ ઇવન અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ વોટ વી હેવ ડન ધેર. Then once he goes into the bathroom, he comes out of the bathroom and slowly કારણ કે એ જે અનુભૂતિ થાય છે એ તો સેકન્ડમાં થઈ ગઈ અનુભૂતિ, પણ અનુભૂતિને પચતા વર્ષો નીકળી જાય. પકડાય છે. You see, તમને અનુભૂતિ તો થઈ ગઈ, but by the time it comes in your blood, it comes in your bones, it takes years. And you start living that experience. And as you live that experience, the instrument is just at the bathroom door. એટલે જેવું અહીંથી આ બાથરૂમનો દરવાજો ખોલ્યો, ઇન્સ્ટ્રુમેન્ટે કંઈક રેકોર્ડ કરી લીધો, એ નેક પછી એને આવડી જાય છે. એટલે એ થોડોક ત્યાંનો દરવાજો ખોલે અને બ્રેઇન ને માઇન્ડ ની અંદર કંઈક, અને then he is able to explain કે આ વસ્તુ ત્યાં છે. પણ બાકી નિયમ તો એ છે કે બધું બહાર મૂકીને જ અંદર જવાનું, એટલે એને ઝીરો જ કહેવું પડે.
અચ્છા વાહ 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 બતાવો સમજ વાહ વેરી ડિફિકલ્ટ બટ યા
ગરમ કરશો.